Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tea Time with Amy and Bev. Here we are again.
Here we are again. Still a good day. It's actually getting better and better. And people would notice that as well. The more and more we talk to people that are like-minded, that are helping us raise our vibrational frequencies, and you can have these kind of conversations that we have, the higher you go. And you don't realize how maybe the level that you were at until you start having these conversations, and then you start getting higher and higher and higher. You just feel so good. You feel so lighthearted. And I know a lot of people have had those kind of conversations with others that have they've left the experience feeling like, man, I just feel good today. I feel I'm gonna go home and clean my whole house. I'm gonna go work in the yard. I'm gonna go to the park, or I'm gonna go whatever. But you automatically just go do those things because you're in a different frequency.
Yep. And it's happened for us doing tea time. There's been times Bev and I, one or the other, will be like, I got nothing. I have no idea how this, like, our energy is super low. I got nothing. I don't know how this recording's going to go. Well, whatever. Like, we're just like, whatever. And then by the end of it, I could be so amped up that my vibration is like, yeah, I'm gonna go clean the house now because I have all this energy, right? It's like,
Exactly.
so yes, having a good, solid, connected conversation. And when I say it like that specifically, because we tend to be feeling like shit, and our friends like, well, what's wrong? And you dump all your stuff on them. And because you dumped all your stuff on them, now you feel better. But really, what you have not done is you have not had the self reflection of what happened and processed it and figured out why you reacted the way you did to feel like crap. But once you dumped it onto somebody else, now you feel better. Well, I hate to tell you this, it's going to come up again, different name, different face, and you're going to have a similar experience. And you think dumping your shit onto other people is what is your solution, and it is not. And then your friend, who is the people pleaser and fixer, now takes responsibility of your stuff and is trying to figure out how to help you feel better while holding on to what you just dumped on them. So I would say, and I've done this many times myself, so I am not innocent of this tactic. But I will say is you are not being a friend by dumping your shit onto other people and not taking the time for self-reflection.
Yeah, because it reminds me of a teapot, right? When the little kettles, when you put them on the stove, you might release a little bit of steam, but you're not actually getting rid of the situation. And then the friend, and this is how easy it is for us to pick up energy, people. The friend that's taking all this information that you're giving them, because they are the people pleaser, because I've been in that process as well. They're sitting in that space, and now they now aligned with the energy of you that's dumped all this energy on, or all this experience onto them, and now they've taken it themselves and lowered their own frequency, not even realizing they're doing it. So we all have done it, but it's that easy. As soon as you tune into the other person and you're trying to find solutions, trying to find solutions to the energy that you're matching with them, that there is not a whole lot of solutions in that space, in that energy. That's why it's so very valuable and important for us to maintain our own energy, or even take ourselves higher. Even if someone is dumping all their stuff on you, it's to go even higher. You're probably not even going you can just probably even talk to spirit within inside of yourself and then say, I don't know what the best solution is. You do. So, use me as your conduit to express this information to the person. The thing is, you can't have expectations or an attachment to the outcome on that situation, because that person's energy frequency is maybe not in alignment with the information that you're supplying to them right now. So it's just, it's a journey, and that's why it's so important for us to pay attention to ourselves. Pay attention. I mean, I'm constantly asking, especially I've noticed a lot lately, and that's another process. If I've been feeling great all day long, and then all of a sudden I'm not feeling good, it's like I might say, is this my energy? because I don't really need to know whose energy it was, because I just want to know, is it mine? If it's mine, let's process it. If it's not mine, it automatically goes away. I don't feel it any longer just by me questioning it, just by me taking that time, being aware of how I'm feeling, and taking that time to check in with myself and recognize, wait a minute, this doesn't feel right. Do I get lost in it sometimes? You bet. Of course I do, because it's a practice. It's a practice that's all the time until it's a natural place. Remember, we learned a lot of this from 0 to 7, so we've been using those tools forever, and now we're learning new tools. And so it's handling everything with grace and ease. Be easy with yourself. We're doing our best. And the more that we're looking at ourselves and stepping into that space of joy, the less we're going to even probably have the person that's coming and dumping all that information on you anyways, because they're not going to be in alignment with you until they decide to step into their own skin and take a look at what's going on inside of themselves to be able to receive that information. Because each of us has that opportunity. We all can do this. We don't all choose to do this. We don't all choose to be in awareness. We don't all choose to take a stance and say, I don't want to feel this way anymore. I want to feel happy. And that's the biggest thing that I've been taking away lately. And is this worth my happiness? And I'll tell you, mostly it's not. It's not 100% not. But I can rationalize it. I can sit in my mind and try to convince myself that I need to be feeling some of these things. I need to watch the news. I need to do these things. You don't. Is it worth your happiness? Because you're creating from this energetic space. Is it worth it? Is it worth the path you're going down? I'm not saying it's not a bad thing, because we can create from those spaces. I could watch the news and say, I don't like the way that's happening right now, but what could I do differently about it? If I'm in a good space of doing that. But if I'm in a lower vibrational frequency and I watch that, I'm just going to be a match to that frequency. I'm not going to be solution oriented. I'm not going to be in a space of joy and love. So what am I going to be creating from that space? The same of what already is that I'm seeing? It's not worth it. It reminds me of Esther Hicks when she channels Abraham and talks about taking a cork and trying to hold it down underneath the water. It just doesn't, it can't stay there. It's like taking a blown up ball and pushing it below the water. It just wants to pop up. We hold ourselves down so often, and we are doing it. We're trying to push ourselves down under the water and force ourselves to be in these places that is not natural for us. Our natural space is joy. That's natural. So we have all this unlearning, learning how to do different processes, loading in new information into these vessels that we're, walking around in. Just, it's an opportunity for each one of us, and we can do it. We can all do it. And the more that we do it on our individual basis, the easier it is for the collective, because we're affecting everybody. And that's like the greatest thing of all the things that we're doing that are great affect the collective. All the things that we're doing that don't feel so great affect the collective. Which path do you want to take? I want to take the path where everybody feels better, no matter how it looks. I was listening to a story the other day, and they were talking about, we could talk about all kinds of rabbit holes and all that kind of stuff. And she says, well, you wouldn't want to cut that out of your life because we're all one vessel. We're all one. So if you've got someone that's not behaving the way that you think they should, that's like your foot area. Are you going to cut your foot off? That doesn't make sense. We focus on ourselves and we grow and we evolve. And even the things that are lower vibrational frequency are going to raise up. It's just part of the process. That's just the way it works. The extremes that we see won't be the extremes that we'll see tomorrow, because we're changing. The more and more we do this introspection, the more and more we care about how we feel.
I want to go back to the um, dumping on your friend, dumping all your problems onto somebody else. How about if when you get with your friend, instead of dumping, you're asking for solutions? How can I move through this? How can I look at this differently? How can I see this through different eyes? How can I see a different perspective? And I'm saying it in different ways because when you hear it differently, then something like a light bulb goes off and you're like, "Oh yeah." So when you say it in different ways, then it makes sense. But sitting and instead of just complaining and dumping, because 99.9% of the time, what you're expecting is for your bestie to agree with you to say that you are right and that they are wrong, meaning they, whoever was in the situation that created the emotional discomfort within you. So their actions, the experience got you into a space where now you're mad, you feel guilty, you have fear, whatever that might be, and you're dumping that onto your friend. Well, how about you find somebody, it may not be your friend, but find somebody who is going to help you solve the discord, give you solutions on how to move through, walk through, face it differently. And because then you're already in the practice of dumping, we're all really good at that. It's a practice to be in a space of coming up with solutions. And solutions are what's going to help propel you when you face a similar experience the next time. You'll be like, "Oh, I already did this once, and now I have tools to help me move through this easier." So, getting resources, tools, techniques that help you move through things, situations, experiences in a better way so that you're not in that space of being irate or you know going into a deep depression. Get the tools and resources that are going to help you move through it, not sink into it. um all right, that was coming to me when you were talking, so I was like, we need to make sure that there are solutions, um instead of just regurgitate your crap and move on.
And you know what's the awesome thing about doing all the things that we've been talking about is we start becoming more clear. We start, it's easier to receive the information that's around us. It's easier for us to receive the solutions that are available to us at all times. But now we're aware of it. It's easier for us to communicate telepathically. It's easier for us to, I mean, all of that stuff because you're freeing up that space that's been keeping you so busy that you're maybe not receiving the information very clearly. Maybe it seems a little bit muddled, or you're just not in awareness that, hey, wait a minute, I just received information. Because the more I've done this, even without doing the meditations, the more and more I've done all this stuff that we've been talking about, the more open I have been, the more it's easier for me to receive information. Really, it's really easy to receive it. And then it's being aware of it's so simple as far as receiving information depending on the mood. So if I'm in a kind of an mood, I might hear the information that comes into my mind a little bit of a like a little bit of a nag behind it. Like, I don't want to do that. And then I'll get a phone call that says, hey, we're going to do this. And it's but so it was just letting me know if I wasn't in this negative, this mood, if I wasn't in that space, I'd recognize I was receiving information, but I was already, my gauge is already responding from the energy that I was at. But I'm receiving information because I'm getting confirmations about this all the time. And I'm recognizing if I'm not in a good space, I might receive that information a little bit askew because I'm receiving it from through my filtration system, how I'm feeling in that moment, if that makes any sense.
Yep, you're filtering everything through your programming that you have within yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't change that, then you can continue to filter everything through that same programming. And
And
this
it's
is,
good information. We're receiving, you could still be receiving good information and still perceive it a little bit, that perceive it as a little bit of a nag, or it doesn't feel as good as it could. But that's because of where we're at energetically. It's so much our responsibility to be aware of our energy and to figure out how to navigate it, to figure out how to get it higher. Like we were talking in the last video, you gave a very good idea about how to work through that. And if you guys want to find out what that is, you'll have to go find the previous video. Just saying. But it feels a lot better when we do this stuff because then you start recognizing, you just recognize how you feel, and then you get to be in a space of feeling better more. Notice when you take a breath, is your body tight? That's one of the biggest things that I've noticed. When I take that breath, I'll feel that I've got my shoulders up, or I'll feel tension. And it's like, I'll just be like, I take a deep breath and I just automatically relax the shoulders, and then everything feels a little bit better already. Just so simple, just by doing that, just by just taking the time for yourself.
Oh, absolutely. But you got to do it. You got to do the work. Nobody can do it for you. And we say that over and over and over again. We can give you all the tools. We can give you, well, all the tools that we have. We can give you resources, books, content, creators, and until you decide to take the step to do it for yourself, you are going to remain where you are, having the same experiences, different names, different faces, over and over and over and over and over again. So if you think about it, like I don't know, sixth grade English, and you're not getting it the way they let us know how we're doing. I mean, okay. So side note, I know things are different right now, but when I was in school, if you got a D or below, you're gonna have to take that class over. So now think about it in that aspect with your spirit lessons, your spirit's embody. It's here for lessons, experiences to grow in a vibrational frequency that we may not even understand fully, and that's okay, but it's here to learn something, and you're the vehicle. The body is the vehicle. And so uh it's you're going to keep having similar experiences over and over and over and over again, just like you would have to take that English class over and over and over again until you got a C or above. And you recognize that by comparing yourself each time you have a similar experience of how well you're moving through it. Sometimes even these days, I have experiences that are similar to things I've had in the past, and I don't do so well. But I do way better than I did then, and that's what matters. And then the next time it shows up, I have that awareness and I'll do even better until I am able to get to a point where I it's just an experience and I can focus on it or not, or just my go-to non-judgmental statement is, well, that was interesting. Boop, moving on. Like no energy to it. No wild and crazy emotion toward it. No hanging on to it and going over it in my head over and over. Well, I should have done this, or I should have said this, or no. Well, that was interesting, and off I go. So when I get to that point, I know I'm doing really, really, really well. So you are your own gauge of your experiences.
It would be so freaking nice if we actually, there probably is something out there that you could actually put on your body besides the mood rings, right? You got the mood ring, it would tell you the different, show you different colors, and it would show you that where you were at kind of energetically, or I guess probably by temperatures. But it'd be nice if we could look down and be like, oh, showing that I'm angry. I can just see you being in that space. I'll show you angry. No, taking it
Then you're
off.
yelling at the device. You're like, yeah.
Freaking page isn't working right. Well, apparently it is. But it'd be nice to have something like that. It kind of gives you a little heads up. But that's where the heads up is taking the breath. It is stopping to feel how am I feeling right now? As my body tense right now? Am I shallow breathing or am I taking deep breaths? Um, do I feel like hugging someone or do I feel like slapping them? I mean, we've got all these little gauges that we can look at. It's so simple until we complicate it.
Yep. So anyway, take some internal work. It takes some looking at yourself, and it's a decision. Do you want to keep continuing where you're at with yourself, your emotions, your reactions, your tone, your resting bitch face, like is that all comfortable to you, or are you ready for something different? Do you want people to connect with you? Do you want to move through experiences with more ease? Do you want to experience more joy in your life? Like you get to decide. Nobody's going to make that decision for you, and you get to be the one to utilize the tools to move in a direction that would feel better to you. So we come here, we put a video out or a recording out every week to have these conversations, to share what's working for us. Sometimes we're vulnerable in the state, in the sense that we share stories that we might be going through in the moment or just came out of. So, and let you know what we've done to move through it. And other people are having these conversations as well. They may not be having them with you. Maybe it's an internal dialogue that they are seeking answers and guidance and support. And you could be the resource because you heard a video, read a book, watched a spiritual influencer, content creator, and it helped you. So be that resource and just share the links. You don't have to discuss it with them. You don't have to coach them or anything like that. Just say, hey, I just listened to this or read this and it had a lot of good information in it. Maybe you might be interested. So here's the link or here's the book. So you help us as creators to like, share, comment on the videos or the recordings. That helps us as we are continuously doing this to reach more people, the algorithms, and that is free to all of us. We are providing free content. So the reciprocation, the energy exchange is you share the link, you comment or subscribe to our channels. You can find us in many platforms. We're in Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Spreaker, Spotify, Podcast Addict, and YouTube. So we're pretty easy to find, and it's under Amy and Bev Community in all of those areas. So with that, do you have any final words, Madame?
I am curious about what other people's processes are. Like, how do you get yourself out of the funk, or how do you get yourself back into alignment? That's what I would like to know. And I'd like people to share.
Yeah. So that's your call to action in the comments. Let us know what you do to help yourself, and then that will be beneficial to others who come and see this video or listen to this recording. So, with that, thanks for hanging out with us. Tea time with Amy and Bev, and we will see you next time.
Bye.